After a lot of thought put into this idea, there are many drawings here. You can see that there are many pages, many concepts. I exported it using the Dropbox method. If you don't know what I'm talking about, please go watch this video. And I now have it here in my timeline, automatically brought here. And what I'm going to do is move it to the shopping notebook. And we need to give this a better name. In the end, one of these project notes end up looking something like this. I have here a sketch that is completely out of scale, proportions. It's more a guideline, a sketch. So I have all the measurements here, and I can then plan what I'm going to buy. And because they cut the wood for me, they have better machines to do that. What I have here is the name of the wood, the original dimension, the price. I found this online. Sometimes I go to the store and I check the prices and the cuts I want. Here's the different wood, and here's the sketch. As you can see, this is still evolving. For example, I originally wrote 10 here, and now I have 12 of this cut here. So with this sketch, what I have are the measurements and everything I need to keep tweaking this. It's almost there, and when it's done, I can simply go to the store, open my Evernote app, and it will open at the shortcuts page. From there, I can tap shopping and go to this project. This kind of project will never get too long in a note. It will be something like this, sometimes a little bit longer, but if this is something that you're not comfortable with, you can use, for example, the headings. Let's add the 3 headings here. You can hide this. Let's say you're only buying a group of woods per trip, which may be what I will have to do because this will not fit inside my cart, all this. So maybe leave it like this, and then when you check this ones as complete, just open this. And if you are at the store and you need to check something, you can expand this. So there are many ways to organize this, improve it, make it better. And one note is usually enough. However, there are some situations that I'm struggling with the project. We'll get to it in a moment. But before, I'd like to invite you to watch this with me. We'll talk about it. It's a short clip. Let's watch it together.
Looks like you have some kind of system here for
organizing video projects. All these are
that's
formatted.
fast
ready
and
to
loose,
go.
man.
See?
If you accidentally like put it down and it gives a bounce, you're playing fast and loose with that.
Here's the thing though, no one else is in here but me. And if I sneeze, I aim it somewhere where it's not going to move the SD card.
One sneeze and they all fly over.
Did you hear what he just said? It's only him. The exact words were, here's the thing though, there's no one else here but me. And that says a lot. The most productive people I know, the ones that are not stressed, are the ones that use what they have, like he's using the Post-its. They are, it's what I call the intuitive method. They don't care about, I have to follow these rules. If it is a project, it has to go inside the shopping notebook and it has to fit in a single note. And it has to have headings or something like that. So this ends up adding stress. The guy runs a massive YouTube channel for years using Post-its. There's a catch though. This would never work for teams. Okay, when I'm helping teams, I'm also helping them create some guidelines because team members, they have to speak the same language. Imagine if each one's trying to be creative. Things will not work. Okay, let's take a look at the other project. Oh, but before that, let me show you something I also changed here on my system. I decided to move the Patreon notebook to the shortcuts As you know, when I'm using something a lot, it has to go to the shortcuts area. It can be a node, notebook, stack, whatever it is. I see the shortcuts area as my desk. Everything that I need all the time is nearby. And by the way, if you are a supporter on Patreon, we are having a lot of fun with this feature. It's like a chat app, but it's inside Patreon. We're having all these conversations in real time there. It's under the community tab. So if you are a supporter, go check it because it's pretty fun. Unfortunately, there is nothing similar to this for YouTube members. But if you are not a supporter, please consider becoming a supporter if you like what I do here on the channel. Okay, let's take a look at the other project. This one also started as a note inside the shopping notebook. And as you can imagine, judging by the name, it is a little larger. Okay, there's a lot of sketches here. I'll show you in a minute. Let me just give you some context here. Again, and this name, I don't know if I'll keep this name. This is what I came up with. I love camping, but I almost hate setting everything up. I really don't like that. I have to drive a lot, and then arrive at some place and set everything up. And then there's the fact that sometimes we drive to a city nearby or some other place, and we find that really interesting. We would like to stay there for I don't know, for a couple of days, but there's no way to do that because I would have to go back, disassemble everything, and set everything up in a different place, and I never do that. So, and there's also my dog, and what I would like to have is like everything I need inside a car. I don't want to leave in a car. I just want a camping setup on wheels. And I also want to use that car as my car. So there's a lot that I have to fit together to make this work. And I try it to do it inside a node, and it got so messy so fast. Okay, here's my plan. It needs to be one of those mini campers, but it has to be the longer version. Ford, I calls it L2. Renault, I guess, is Maxi, and so on. This measurements here I found online. This is for the Ford. And my idea is to create this platform that will flip like this or slide like this. Here's a more detailed explanation, and put things below it. And like I said, this is supposed to be a camper, so I'm not going to leave there. The plan is to stop and use the kitchen and everything. Here's the idea for the awning, a place for the water. So these are sketches, ideas, more details about the kitchen that will slide here. I already have some items. For example, I have a stove. I don't have this fridge. The one I have is a different one, but I checked online the measurements, and it will fit here. Another sketch here. This one is so crazy. My dog, he loves to sleep and stay underneath the couch. And I measured it the other day. It's 25 centimeters. I don't know how he does it, but he loves to stay there. So I measure this because the plan is to have a space for him right here under the platform, and also without the platform when we are driving. I don't know how he will enter. Again, this is just ideas. But as you can see, there's a lot here to think about. After struggling with the single note, I had to create a notebook, and that's not going to be part of my shortcuts area, at least for now. And the first thing that came to my mind was use each note the same way I was using the other note I just showed you, the shelf one. Each part of the car is like a note project. I don't know, the bed, the kitchen, whatever, the car itself, which car I'll end up buying, and create all these notes in that notebook. I didn't start doing that. I just had this idea the other day, but what I want to do is do it with you. So as you know, this is the account I use for recordings, and I just added these notes here to show you. I didn't create anything in my account. So I'll start doing that. And as I go, I'll keep you posted here. I'll keep sharing these videos about this project here so we can build this notebook together. I don't know if I'm going to build the car itself because it's a huge project, but I think I'll have a lot of fun at least building the notebook, and maybe that will inspire you to to create your own notebooks and help you create notebooks or notes for your projects. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon.